Steelers Nation, if you are ready for the Steelers to take care of business in prime time, let me hear you make some noise. I mean, that was kind of all right, but I love you too. Now, if I remember correctly, we got block numbers tonight, correct? Got the black jerseys on tonight, got the gray face mask, right? So I think we can get just a little bit louder. So if you're ready for the black and gold to take care of business in prime time, let me hear you make some noise. Oh yeah, y'all ready tonight. Y'all are ready. Let's go. So for those of you that do not know, my name is Arthur Moats, retired linebacker of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I will be your host for tonight's interview. And let me just say, I'm excited to talk to this guy right here because he came into the NFL in the 2009 draft when the Pittsburgh Steelers selected him in the 3rd round, 84th overall, out of the University of Mississippi. Now, once he came into the NFL, he enjoyed a 10-year career with his first 4 being right here with your Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, during his 10-year career, he went on to catch 538 passes for 8,072 yards, along with 57 touchdowns. Oh, last but certainly not least, he was also a Pro Bowler as well. Ladies and gents, please give a warm Steelers welcome to number 17, Mike Wallace. Mike, you back in the Berg. You back in the Berg, man. You feeling the energy, right?
I love it. I love it. Nothing like it.
Let's go. Now, obviously, we are in prime time, and you were one of those players that showed up plenty of times in prime time, man.
Try.
What's one of your favorite memories, though, when you get to thinking about Sunday night football, being under these lights, man?
Just like the fans, just like it's crazy. Like there's nowhere better than Steelers Nation in the world. Like this is the best fans in the world. Just going on and like catch touchdowns, make big plays, and win football games.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you did that plenty of times out here, man.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to go a little bit back with you, man, because for you, college-wise, you ended up going to Ole Miss,
yes.
University of Mississippi, but
yes.
Talk a little bit about what went into that decision to go there.
Well, I was actually going to Oregon, but like 2 weeks before I started school, my head coach from high school got the running backs coach job at Ole Miss. He said he wanted me to come with him, so I was like, let's do it.
Hey, and look, man, when you went there, obviously everything worked out, and now it was time for the NFL draft.
Yes.
Talk to me about your NFL draft story. Were you expecting to go when you went, and did you know it was going to be Pittsburgh also that was going to be calling you?
Oh, no, not at all. I was hoping to go 1st round. That's what everybody hopes, but obviously that wasn't the case.
And when you think about how you performed at the Combine as well,
yes.
I mean, I could understand it.
Yeah, at least 2nd, right? But it's all good. You know, God make things happen the way it happens for a reason. So once I got the call from Pittsburgh, like that's my brothers, my uncle, my dad, all their favorite team. So I was excited to be here, but I think they were more excited for me to be here than them.
No, that's awesome. And to hear actually that you actually had family that were Steelers fans as well,
big
man.
Big fans.
What they say is no nation like Steelers Nation. You
yes,
know
sir.
that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you get a chance to come here and play for the legendary coach, Mike Tomlin.
The best.
Talk about what that experience was like for you, and if you have a favorite memory or a lesson that you might have learned while you were here with him.
Every moment with Mike T is great, honestly. Like that's my favorite coach I've ever had in my whole life. Like when I got here, he was so young. Like I was like 23. He was maybe like 33, 34. So, like he was young. No, like so he was more almost the player's age. So it was cool to be able to relate to a coach. All my coaches have always been old. So to be with a coach that young and like into it and just love his players, care more about his players than himself. So the best coach I ever had.
No, without a doubt. And, I mean, that's one of the things that we always say. If you play for Coach Tomlin, you know his ability to connect with you,
yes.
but also to get the most out of you as well, man.
Yes. I mean, he has a way with words to make you want to run through a wall. Like, it's crazy.
The Tomlinisms. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't know where you come up with this stuff, but it's amazing, man. It make everybody want to play for him every time.
No, absolutely, man. And he keeps coming up with these Tomlinisms, man. You never know what to expect.
For almost 20 years, and he's still coming up with new ones. I don't know how he do it. He has a big dictionary, I'll tell you that.
No, absolutely on that, man.
Yeah.
Now, while you were here, we talked about some of the stats you had, man, some of the big-time plays, but you also had, in terms of the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
The best. By far the best quarterback I've ever played with.
Talk about with that experience, man. 10 years in the league, you had a chance to play for some other quarterbacks, but here with 7, what was that like,
None
man?
of them was like Ben. I can tell you that right now. It was great. Like, you'll go into a game with Ben, you never feel like you're going to lose. Like, you could be down 14, 21, 28, but with 7, man, you always feel like we have a chance to come back. And we had some great comebacks. Like, in the playoffs, I think we might have was down to Baltimore 21-0, came back, and that's all because of him. Like, well, everybody goes into it, but it starts with the quarterback. And the confidence he instills in the guys is second to none.
Absolutely, man. And
best.
Trust me, man. Seeing them comebacks and being a part of some of those comebacks, magical, man.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, while you were here, you were also a part of a very dynamic young wide receiver group.
Yes.
I think y'all had a nickname. Was it Young Money, right?
Young Money.
Yeah.
Young Money. YM.
You, Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Talk about what that was like while you were here, and then obviously seeing how everybody's career played out. What is that like for you guys now?
It was great, man. It's just coming in with Hines, like, leading us. And he was a great leader, first and foremost. But then those guys were so dynamic. You had to be on it every day. There was no days off. You can't slip up. Like, that's great players. So if you slip up any bit, like, your spot is going to be gone. So you had to work every day. We just pushed each other. It was always happy for each other, too. It was never no hating on each other, like, don't want to see the other one. Anytime they scored or made a big play, I'll try to be the first one in the end zone to congratulate them, man. That's like a bond. That's my brothers for life.
Absolutely teamwork, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's awesome to see, man, because a lot of times we always see superstars at the same time. You're like, man, what is that dynamic like behind the scenes? How do they get along? But to hear you guys push each other but still have that love to where you want to be the first guy in the end zone celebrating with them, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was more happy for this success than my own. So I always love to see those guys shine. That's my brothers.
I like it. And all 3 of you guys went on to have amazing careers as well, man.
We try to do what we could do.
Yeah.
A little something.
Now, speaking of teammates, there's one specific teammate that stands out a little bit more when I was doing my research on you. Guy goes all the way back to high school with you, man.
Yeah, high school.
Keenan Lewis.
It goes back to like 5 or 6 years old with
Man,
Keenan.
talk to me, man. Yeah.
I talk to Keenan every day. We stay on each other every day. We still push each other like every day to be the best people we could be. That's my brother, man. Like I talk to him like pretty much every day. Like it was surreal to get drafted to the same team, the same round. Like that's something that happens like in the movies. So when it happened, we were just so excited for each other, man. It's been great. We both had great careers here and went on to keep playing.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys go from being high school teammates, and I believe it was something going on with college as well, potentially, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to college with him, but I started school in January, so I gray shirted. And like I said, like 2 weeks before college, our high school head coach called me and told me he wanted to come there, so I kind of bailed out on him a little bit. But it's cool.
Right,
it worked out.
It worked out. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, throughout your career, you obviously were part of some crazy memories, man, some crazy moments.
Yes.
But specifically here in Pittsburgh, what would you say was your favorite Steelers memory?
So many. Probably Green Bay. Game-winning touchdown, 0 seconds on the clock. You can't draw that up. Like you can't. Like it's a crazy moment. You score, you look up in a crowd and towels waving everywhere. The whole crowd is going crazy. That probably had to be my favorite.
I love that right there, man. All right. Now, we do got a couple more questions. Then after that, we might take 1 or 2 from the audience as well.
Say less.
But throughout your career, you made a ton of plays.
Yes.
I hate to think of one when you was in Baltimore. I think you went 95 yards on us. It hurt. It hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really hurt. Yes.
Unfortunately.
But throughout your career, what would you say is your favorite play from your career?
Probably here, I scored a 95-yard touchdown against the Cardinals. Probably that one right there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You got a name for them 90-plus yard touchdowns, man.
You know, I try. I mean, I just try. I try to do my best, work as hard as I can, and just go.
I like that, man. Well, the final question I have before, like I said, we open it up to you guys. we always talk about that moment where we realize we are no longer in college.
Yes.
This is the National Football League. These dudes are bigger, stronger, hit harder, and everything else.
Yes.
We typically call it the welcome to the NFL moment.
Yes.
I see you smiling already.
Yeah.
So if you could, share with the audience your welcome to the NFL moment.
So it actually didn't happen my rookie year. It was my second year. We were playing against the Patriots. And we were here. I want to say Sunday Night Football. Caught a drag route, tried to get a first down. Patrick Chung for the Patriots came down, smacked me so hard, man. I just was seeing like stars. It was crazy. But I got up, shook it off. That was the different times too. That was the real
absolutely, yeah.
Anything goes time. So
yeah.
Shook it off, came back. I scored like 2 touchdowns, went for like 140. So
gotta bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back.
Back.
But that was the moment I'm like, oh, these guys for real. Like this grown men. This is no college. This is no high school. These guys trying to pay some bills.
No, respect on that. And when you talk Patrick Chung, that's definitely them dudes that are hit, man.
Yes, he's coming downhill.
Absolutely. I like that. Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, we do have enough time for maybe 1 or 2 from the audience. So if anybody has a question all right. Oh, come on over here, man. Say your name and then what your question is for Mike.
Absolutely. My name is Andrew Fox.
How you doing, Andrew?
Hey, my question for you, Mike, is what was your favorite thing about being in Latrobe for training camp?
In Latrobe?
For training camp. What was your favorite thing about being in Latrobe for training camp?
I would say probably just getting away from everything and trying to and able to focus and like put your sole focus into your craft and getting better every single day. And because when you're in the city, it's a little harder to focus because you have your house, you have your friends, your family. When you out there, it's nobody but the guys. So just being out there, I think just being the focus level you get to have when you're out there away from everything. Yes, sir.
I like it. Got another question for Mike. We don't have no questions tonight? Oh, man, y'all acting shy in here. Yeah. Okay. Come on over here.
My name is Cheryl. I'm from Shaler.
How you doing?
Hi. You and I shared an experience. I was an extra in The Dark Knight Rises as were you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a horrible, long, hot day. How was that for you?
It wasn't that long for us because we were in the back. Like, we were in the back just in a dressing room and stuff like that. But it was kind of tough because we were able to come down, but we were still in the middle of training camp. So it was like we had to come here, do that, and go right back to practice. So we did this and went right back to Latrobe to practice. So that was kind of tough, but it was a great experience, a great memory. Like, people still tell me to this day about that. So it was great. Yeah.
I like that. All right, we got time for maybe one final question for Mike Wallace. Oh, I like the face paint too, man. Let's go. Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How was it to play with Ben Roethlisberger?
Oh,
how was it to play with the man?
That's the first ballot Hall of Famer. You can't, that's the best quarterback I've ever played with, ever. Like, not even close. Like, he's a GOAT, man. That's Big Ben. Like, I loved it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yes, sir.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that will conclude our interview right here with Mike Wallace. But once again, please make some noise for Mike Wallace being here tonight. And now let's go cheer on the black and gold on his victory, baby. Here we go, Steelers.